Hello, it's Diana from DianaMarchand.com. And I put on my Facebook group, Women Creating Healthy Lives. So join that if you're not part of it. I put out like, what do you guys want a video on? What do you want more information on? And so one woman put how to lose the belly fat in menopause. So that is what this video is all about. Now, I usually don't go so specific when I do my videos. I usually talk about like why you gain weight in, perimenopause, menopause, and what you can do to lose it. So that was her specific thing. So I thought I would cover this, and really, we're gonna of course start by talking why you gain it in the first place, which is very important to understand that, because then you know what you can do. What are some of the things you should do? So why do you gain the fat in the belly during perimenopause or menopause? So perimenopause is the years leading up to menopause. You still have your period. It could be fluctuating, going really weird all over the place during perimenopause, but that is what that phase is. And that's usually when you have the worst symptoms, and that usually is when the weight starts to really pack on. Menopause is when you haven't had your period for 1 full year completely. You haven't had it at all for a year, and you're on your way. You're pretty much finishing the wild major fluctuations, but as we age, we're always having the decrease in hormones. So why you gain the weight in the first place? Well, your ovaries are producing less estrogen, right? And so what happens is your adrenal glands can also produce the estrogen. Your adrenal glands sit on top of the kidneys, and they produce the cortisol adrenaline that really wakes you up and gets you moving and has that, like, it's fight or flight, right? So they produce it also. So, but the thing is that many women, when they get closer or in the phase of perimenopause, what's happening is there's all this hormone fluctuation. And so they could have digestive problems, had more headaches, feeling really tired, exhausted, just all these different things. So your body's going through a lot of a change, and that is stress on the body itself. That's stress itself. And especially if you're not eating properly. So at this phase of your life, it's so important to eat properly, because if you don't, your hormones are not getting the nutrients they need, so they're going to really start to plummet. So when you're losing the estrogen, your progesterone is declining. That brings up all these symptoms. So the adrenal glands can also produce the estrogen, but if they are tired from too much stress in your life, so many women work full time. They try to manage their home, they manage things at work, they get home, that's just the start of their day. Then they have a whole bunch of things to do. You get more stressed out, you're more tired anyways, and this just compounds, and pretty soon your once busy life becomes super busy and stressful. And so that puts a taxing on your adrenal glands, which then cannot produce the estrogen like they should. So what can produce that is belly fat, is fat around the midsection. So your body, trying to balance your hormones and do you good, make you feel better, packs on the fat in your midsection, and you begin to gain weight. And that fat is really stubborn. And why it's so hard to lose and get rid of is if you are under too much stress, you will not release the fat. So if you're somebody who is in that, oh my God, I got so much to do and I'm in overwhelm and blah, 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 I got to take care of your kids could still be at home, your husband, you still have a whole house, a big house to take care of, you're working full time, there's pressures at work, there's pressures outside of work, you're going through these changes, you're not feeling like yourself, you're feeling terrible, you're having these symptoms. Well, as you can see, and as you can hear, that can throw you in this, oh my God, I am not feeling good. So as you can see, that is a major contributor. So when you're in this stressed out state for a continuous period of time, even if you don't necessarily feel like it, the thing is that we get so used to how we feel that it becomes the norm, right? But it's really not. It's actually this like highly emotional and stressed and overwhelmed state that we stay in continuously. Feels like normal to us, but our body knows it's not, so our body's reacting the way it needs to when we're in fight or flight for too long. So your adrenal glands get exhausted, they get so tired they can't produce the estrogen on belly fat, fat around your waist. Because you're in a stress state already, there's no way you're gonna lose it, and you'll probably keep packing it on. For one, stress also is bad for inflammation within our body. It also leads to a toxic body. It also affects our digestive system, so we can get bloated, we can feel horrible, we can feel sluggish. Stress is huge. So if you do not manage the stress in your life at this time, that is when I notice women have a really hard time losing the weight. So there are things you can do otherwise, and why we're going to talk about a couple of the other things that have to do with the belly fat and the weight gain and what you can do. So it's also during this phase. So when I went through it, I did gain the weight. I was a personal trainer, yoga instructor. I was working out all the time. And yet I was still gaining weight. So that's when I also had adrenal fatigue. So there you go. I was in this high stress state, couldn't lose the weight, kept packing it on, tired, sluggish, exhausted. And that's when I'm like, okay, if I'm working out like this, like I've always done, actually more than I used to, and I never used to gain weight, why am I gaining it now? And that's why I realized I was actually in perimenopause. I was only 43, 44 years old. So the thing is, it can happen really young to you. And so because I was already exercising, doing all that, I thought it's got to be the food. Like I've got to maybe work on my food. Now I was eating really clean at that time. Like I thought was really clean. When I was doing the personal training yoga instructor, I'd get people go, oh my God, how are you so lean? How are you do that? And it was my diet by far. I worked out hard, but also my diet was a major part of it. So when that happened, when I started gaining weight and I hadn't changed my diet, that's when it really went, oh my God. So that means that I have to tweak my diet again. Realizing that as we age in life, all these stages that we go through, it's just like you wouldn't feed a teenager the same thing you feed a toddler. You wouldn't feed a toddler, same thing you'd feed an infant, on and on. You don't feed a 16-year-old the same, like you can't eat like a 16-year-old when you're in your mid-20s. So you see what I mean? It's kind of, we always go through these changes because our hormones are always changing, we're growing, etc. Activity, right? You hit this phase. If you're somebody who works full time, you've got all these responsibilities, blah, 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 you're very tired, you're very exhausted, you're probably not working out as much, which also, so less activity, you're more sedentary. And when women hit the age of 35, they begin to lose a half a pound of muscle a year if they are not working out. And they replace it with 1.5 pounds of fat. So right there, from the age of 35, your muscle is decreasing. Now, muscle burns fat. Muscle's the furnace of your body. It speeds up it's good for your metabolism, right? Faster metabolism, more muscle. But, so if you're decreasing muscle, your metabolism starts to slow. That is if you are not doing weight training or strength training exercises. If you are, you'll probably maintain your muscle mass. But if you're not, then that's also what's going on, that you're gaining fat, losing muscle, boom, boom, boom. You can't burn calories as much. So it's just all accumulating all these reasons. And then the stress, right? So what are you eating? That's what's got to change. And I don't think women really look at that enough, or they think like I'm eating really good. At that time, I wasn't eating much meat at all. I was eating brown rice noodles, gluten-free, well, not really gluten-free at that time. I was watching preservatives because I knew that preservatives caused me a lot of headaches and a lot of havoc, so I had to get rid of all the preservatives. So I had gotten rid of all that junk in my diet, but I was eating too many starchy carbs. Even though, we're supposed to eat grains, we're supposed to eat lentils, beans, and all that stuff, and the brown rice better than the white rice. The thing is that when you get into middle life, the more starches or heavy starches you eat, the more gain you're going to hold on to, and the more gain you're going to put on. That is the way it is. If you continue to eat a lot of meat too, if you are high dairy, even the yogurts, the cheeses, all of that, you are going to pack on the weight. You're not going to be able to lose that stuff. That's just the way your body works. For one, your digestive system usually gets more sluggish, slows down, doesn't work as well. Then you're not digesting your food as well. Bang. All of these things start to add up and you start to feel horrible. I know totally what that's like. Now, some people don't get it as bad, but other people, so everybody's different. But anyways, let's get on with this food. So you need to change what you eat. Now, first thing in the morning, you want to get up, you want to have hot water with lemon juice. You can even put some ginger root in it. You want organic lemon if possible. And not the bottled stuff. I want real lemon. You can put some ginger in there. You can put a bit of cayenne pepper in there. You can put a bit of honey, good local unpasteurized honey, or a little bit of good maple syrup in there if you want. Nice warm water. That hot water with the lemon juice is really good for helping your body detoxing, get the bowel production and liver going. It's good for digestion, good for your skin, and it's high alkaline. So you can Google alkaline versus acidic foods. You eat way more alkaline foods than acidic foods too. And then, so that's what you have first thing in the morning. Now, if you are not sure what chia gel is, or chia, I would look it up and start having some of that. Chia gel is just chia seeds mixed with water, Add it to some fruit, like grapefruit's one of the best things that you can have in the morning. Some chopped grapefruit with the chia gel. I did that for years. I love that. Green smoothies. You want to bring in real smoothies in the morning. If some of you are saying it's so cold outside, I don't want to have something cold in the morning, have it, suck it up, stop this. Have it with some warm water. I do all the time. I always in the winter have a mug of warm water. Warm water with me, and sometimes like some fresh ginger in there, a little bit of lemon, whatever, but usually always warm water. You can have some warm water while you're having your green smoothie. Get 2 green smoothies a day. That's smoothies with water, real greens such as Swiss chard, spinach, romaine lettuce, kale. You want fruit in there. You don't need huge amounts. You can even add a bit of celery. You can add a bit of cucumber. But you want to get that every morning. I don't like blueberries or berries in my, because it doesn't make my smoothie green, makes it brown. Horrible. So I use things like pineapple, right? Cut up pineapple or papaya or a mix of that. Frozen. I buy frozen, whatever you want to get. So that's what you want to have in the morning too, is your green smoothie. If you want to eat, I'd go with the fruit and chia gel, or berries and chia gel, grapefruit or blueberries and chia gel. You want to have your hot water every morning. And then like even if you get a little hungrier, you can have like some muesli, which is like raw oats, nut seed mixture with a little bit of almond milk, or add that to your chia and berries, something like that. But you do not want to just get up, have coffee, have a piece of toast, or have nothing and leave the house. Okay, you want to start your day by getting some nutrients. Because if you don't get the right nutrients that your cells need, your hormones need, that feed them, that fuel them, that makes your body function properly, then your body's going to be in hunger mode. It signals cravings. So your blood sugar levels are not balanced then. And what's going to happen is you're going to crave things. You're going to crave the starch. You're going to go to a coffee shop and you're going to see those muffins. You're going to see the scones. You're going to see the croissants, whatever. And you're going to want one and you're going to buy one. And that's the problem. Those things are killer for you. If you want to lose belly fat, get rid of all of that. All of that. And the white sugars, of course. The lattes. Now, instead of a latte, for you latte lovers, have an Americano misto. That's an Americano. So a cup of, Americano, water and espresso, and then some steamed almond milk or something on top. Not the whole fat milk in there. Huge amount of calories. You don't need it. Mucus forming, allergy, bad for your skin. Dairy is horrible for wrinkles, you guys. Horrible for wrinkles. Can break out. Horrible. Get rid of that. Just a little bit. If you have coffee or, with cream or sugar, whatever, just a little tiny bit in your coffee's fine. But no, none of these big, huge lattes all the time, you guys, especially with those syrups. And please do not use those sugar-free syrups. They're full of preservatives. That brings me to the next thing to get rid of. And please, I'm going to get lots of things you can bring into your diet. It's not all about deprivation. Those preservatives. So preservatives, our body holds fat. So toxins in our fat, in our tissues. So the more toxins you bring in and you eat continually, your body needs to hold on to fat. That's the storage dump for the toxins. So the preservatives, the colorings, the natural flavors, the spices that are in everything, packaged food, processed food, junk food, anything that's even canned food, brutal unless you buy some good organic canned food. Brutal for things that are toxins because they're preservatives, they're chemicals. Your body can't metabolize them. It can't detoxify them fast enough. They build up, it stores in your fat. You will hold on to that fat unless you start to decrease the amount of toxins that you bring into your body, right? So I want you to read all labels. Don't say it's overwhelming. It's, yes, of course, that can be hard. But you know what? Eat real whole foods. If you buy some canned food, read the labels. Buy the organic, buy the good stuff. If you buy any packaged stuff, right? Like I read all labels of everything. There's some things I can't buy. There's most of the stuff I can't buy. Even Bix Pickles has crap in it. Most sauerkrauts that you buy have crap in them. So just read all labels. Salad dressings out there, the craft stuff are some of the worst. Full of sugars, wheat, preservatives, chemicals. All of that builds up in your system. You get puffy, you get fat, you get blotchy skin, you get those discolorations on your skin. It's just horrible for you guys. Toxic body leads to illness and disease. Don't want that. It affects your brain too. No light foods, no sugar-free foods, none of that, because all of those have preservatives. They have chemicals that are supposed to mimic flavors. Add color to yogurt. Bad, bad, bad. Those colors in the blueberry yogurt and the strawberry yogurts and all the sugar in there and all the junk that's in there. No, that's adding fat. If you are serious about trimming off the fat off your body, not going through menopause or perimenopause, continually gaining weight until you got 35, 40, or 50 pounds on you, then it takes really being aware of what you're eating and being smart. So, what can you bring in? Well, you just load up on vegetables and greens. And it's like a kind of a new way of cooking, kind of a new way of like, okay, how am I going to do this, right? And that's exactly what I show you in my programs. Exactly. And you know what? Not one woman who's gone through my programs, they've all absolutely loved the food, absolutely said, there is like no problem because I love the food that I'm eating so much. I see what I need to eat. This is great. They don't feel deprived. They don't miss the breads. They don't miss the sugary stuff. Because when you start to eat really a lot of the good foods, your body gets used to it. It loves it. So when you feed your body exactly what it needs, the vitamins, the minerals, the essential fatty acids, the amino acids, the trace minerals, all of those things, your body is so happy. It goes, oh my God, that's exactly what I need. So it fills up and it doesn't signify hunger. So it doesn't give you the cravings. Cravings decrease a lot. Your digestive system works better. You're feeling better. Your mood's improved. You can think more clearly. You don't have as many headaches. Your skin begins to look amazing, more youthful, because lots of the foods you're eating are not dead foods. They're alive foods. They also have a lot of water in them, a lot of nutrients that really feed and fuel every cell in your body. That's what you want to be doing. Those are some of the power foods, like the superfoods, like you're thinking of the quinoa, some of the lentils, some of the beans, a lot of the greens, of course, all of the greens, more vegetables, but pairing them up in really interesting and really good tasting ways is what's so important to learning how to season things so that they taste fantastic. Having the herbs and the seasonings that, are good for you also. So it's a time in your life that if you want to feel good, if you want to release the weight, if you don't want to keep packing it on, if you want to live the rest of your life, in a really healthy way where you keep your independence, where you're able to do the things you want to do. I mean, you work all these years, so many years, waiting maybe for that retirement so you can really enjoy your life and spend time with family and go traveling and do this and do that. But are you going to be healthy, right? This is what is so important. Or are you going to gain so much weight and be so weak and so sick that you really can't even leave your house? You don't want to be like that. So it's really about bringing in more nutrients, because when you bring in more of the good food, like truly bring in a lot more of the good food, your body, like I said, decreases the cravings because it gets what it needs. The hormones get what it needs. Every cell gets what it needs. So every system in your body begins to work better and more optimal. That way, your body begins to work better. All of it, so you feel so much better. And it's as easy as this is wheatgrass powder adding to your smoothie, right? Here's something camu, extremely high in vitamin C. Adding things like this to your smoothie, right? You can, for traveling and every day, super fast and easy Juice Plus, all natural, raw, full enzymes, all the vitamins and minerals still intact, dehydrated fruits and vegetables, Juice Plus, something like this where you get tons of great nutrients just by having a couple capsules a day. They're just veggie caps with the food inside of them. So there are things you can do, and it just takes a little bit of an adjustment. It's not impossible. When I was in perimenopause, I had gained weight, and then I went on a higher raw diet and lost a huge amounts of weight. Now, you may not want to get that specific, like actually be on an all raw diet, which not everybody can handle, but just by switching things up. All the women in my program who follow it, like the ones who don't give up, right, end up losing fat, definitely, end up feeling better with more energy, loving the food, knowing, oh my God, these are the foods that work best for me. This is how I can eat so that I feel so much better in my body. You stop the weight gain for sure. You stop it for sure. Usually lose weight, but for sure stop it. And most women continually gain over the years. If you don't do anything, you will continue most likely to keep gaining. Then how are you going to feel, right? How are you going to feel? Terrible. I'm not saying that you can't be healthy with a bit of weight on. I'm just talking about focus on the health. So somebody, like when you're saying, oh my God, I hate my belly fat, I just hate this. What you want to put your focus on is your health. What you want is more than just 5 or 10 pounds. That's not just what it's about, because you can lose that by not eating, period, for quite a few days or something. But that's not healthy. You need to put your focus on health, getting your body health, maintaining your health so you can live out the rest of your life feeling so much better, doing all the things you want to do for the rest of your life and not having to rely on people or spend huge amounts of money on all those pills and medications that most people do as they age. You don't want to be that way. So to lose the body fat, as I talked about, or belly fat, there is a lot of things involved, but the most important things you can do are to eat better, get rid of the heavy starches, greatly decrease your dairy, greatly decrease your gluten or get rid of it, and all the, like I said, that doesn't mean gluten-free scones are okay, because they're still not. They're made with crap. Having minimal, okay, a gluten-free muffin here and there is totally fine, but you just don't want to be consuming huge amounts of those food. And when you eat healthy, let's say 80% of the time, like more greens, more vegetables, healthy things, good fats, good fish if you want, lean meats if you want, pasture, organic meats, stuff like that, but they're the smaller portion. The vegetables and the greens are the large portion of your meal. That's kind of what it comes down to. Eating real whole foods, so foods that are real, not packaged, over-processed. Those foods do not feed your body, keep your body actually starving, so you have cravings. And then watching your thoughts, like I said, it has to do with what you focus on. If your focus is on weight, oh my God, the weight, I feel so fat, I got so much fat. What you focus on expands. So please change your focus to health. What can I do so that I can feel better? What can I do that's going to get my body healthier? What can I do for a healthy mind? What can I do? Ask yourself those questions. Don't say, I am so fat. I am feeling horrible. I have put on weight. I can't lose the weight. Remember, put your thoughts and focus on what you want to be, because you are creating it every day. All right, well, I covered a lot in this. And I also want you to know that there are bioidentical hormones. Do not get the synthetic hormones the doctors will give you, because those will just probably make you blow up like a balloon, water retention, and feel terrible. Although you won't have hot flashes or symptoms, you will gain on the weight. So you want to try bioidentical hormones. You see a natural doctor, you see a compounding pharmacist. Bioidentical hormones are another thing you can check out. That greatly helped me. And then, of course, you can try acupuncture for the symptoms. You can try herbal remedies, seen a Chinese herbalist or Chinese doctor. I tried everything, every type of energy work. I tried everything, and I did my best and all I could do to lose the weight and feel better during this phase of my life. And it worked. And if you need guided support in this area, oh my God, yeah, I'm here. Because it's so hard to know what to do. And you know what? I spent years trying to figure all this out. Women come to me, they take my 30-day or my 8-week program, and there you go. I tell you, you go through it. We figure it out together. You find out what works for you perfectly. Isn't that a heck of a lot easier? So if you are interested, you can contact me on my site, dianamarchand.com. Lots of videos on YouTube. Join my Facebook community for women over 40, and that is Women Creating Healthy Lives, because I post a ton of stuff up there. Okay, that's it. Take care. Contact me. Let's get you feeling your best and moving through this phase of your life way more smoothly and not gaining and packing on a whole bunch of weight. Okay? Take care. Bye.